Yes.
Oh, I turn on my mics now, and probably Arkantdos say something. I need to level your voice.
Hello, hello, hello.
Okay, it's good. Now, then
Perfect.
I'm gonna show your screen. Yeah, it's done. Your screen is on.
Okay. Today it's full throat ASV2, like standard map. I think a lot of people know it for years. Doesn't matter if they play comp or public. It's one of the oldest layers into the game with the standard factions, US versus Russia. And we have a rough timing line, something here and here and here. So this is basically where Russia is in rollout and US is in rollout. So there's an opportunity to rush Ammo Hill and block the cap for US side, but it's pretty risky since you miss a lot of numbers up here. And if you can't take Papanov or Hilltop, for example, you're not able to get out of this situation here on map border. So in your experience as a mortar player, Alarist, how does this map play out for the mortars?
Actually, this map, this map has so many open fields, like they near the Verto, they have 2 hills about it. And they normally placing a tubes on the Papanobes and the hill 1 to 3 before. And yesterday INFH placed a tube in the hilltop, but they counter immediately. Like that. If you place a tube on the high ground, you got spot really easily. Even you place a tube in the low ground, they just can see over the hills. It's really hard to decide where you're gonna put the tubes. And they just dumping shells near the hills and let the friendlies come take over the hills, but when the friendly take over the hill, enemy tube are gonna shoot down your hills. This one will be gonna really seek for the infantry fights.
Yeah, so with the map layout we have here, the big issue for US side is that they can only place a really good hub here, or more aggressive one somewhere here. Every other spot is open, which is really farmable for tubes. And there are a lot of hills you need to hold. So US needs to stack on this hill, for example, or try to contest this hill. So it's really predictable for the enemy mortar players. And if you see helmet marks appearing on some spots here, it's quite easy farm if the prep is done right.
Oh yeah.
In general, we should expect Russia to get into Verto and get a hub down in some of these buildings here. Or Papanov, which I'm personally not a big fan of, and then just try to hold it, which has a big, quite sizable ticket lead on US side already, and US needs to figure out what to do. Backdoor-wise, it's pretty simple. Russia will drive something down this road. US will drive something down here. Normally, they will meet somewhere here in rollout, either kill each other or avoid each other, and then the Russian backdoor is usually starting from somewhere here with a rally. Main camping here is really easy. And focusing on killing the VIX is quite hard. As we can see, we have 3 strikers, 2 30 mils, if the strikers are playing up here, then it's really hard to reach them with a hard kick from the backline.
Yes, that's true. And they what I saw impressive the big play about 2 last games, they just putting the BTR inside the Papanopes. You know, the Papanopes can head glitch to the south side of the hill between Berto and the Papanopes, and they just kill everyone who coming down from the hills. It's really easy to shut down the enemy infantry who climb up the hills. BTR can see everything above up the hills. It's really easy to kill it.
So these are 2 typical spots for the 30 mil.
Yeah.
Where you can just head glitch really easily and get away if you're getting shot at. The big issue is that the striker has only a 50 cal, so a 30 is more useful against infantry than a striker. And if the 30 mil is too far away, above 500 meters, then the striker can't pen him anymore. So even if the striker is somewhere back here, he cannot kill this 30 mil on his own. So you need to have a hut shot in there, or tubes, or whatever, or even an airstrike. So vehicles will play a huge part on this map if they're played in safe positions. It's similar when US gets strikers in here or behind the Papanov wall, where they're being head glitched. There's nothing Russia can do. If they drive a vehicle down these roads, they will just die to the striker, because, as many of you might know, shooting the striker turret might disable it, but will not damage the whole of the vehicle.
Yeah, the fucking strikers had the turret is not damaging hulls, only taking down the fucking head, the, how can I say it, turret's HP. They can crack the stabilization, but no damage.
Yes, and you can still move it a bit, which is enough to kill a 30 mil if it's driving directly into you.
Yes, true.
So what we assume is something like an 80 to 100 ticket lead on Russia's side, if both teams are exactly equal and the game is stable. We only have limited knowledge about both teams. I personally myself know a little bit about Post. You said the Korean team is a newer one, so I'm really interested to see what kind of strategies they pull out.
Yeah, even I don't know how the Korean team are gonna play. I know they scrimming with some Philippines and Thailand teams, but I just watched the videos. But there's nothing special about the current comp scenes, because they're playing inside their own Korean servers, not playing outside or making more scrims with the more famous teams. So this one will be gonna reference about the how Korean guys playing against some experienced team at least.
I think it's a nice benchmark for them, because Post developed over the last 2 years from a typical chaotic Chinese team where they would just drive everyone in here and try to win, to a team which tries to balance out the map a little bit better. So what I expect them is having a 4-peer, playing safe around this, trying to get Verto on rollout as Russia, playing a flank squad starting from here. I'm pretty sure they already figured out that Ammo Hill is rushable for US side and might have something in their pockets. One thing people liked is having a 30 on this hill here, so that you can shoot people on Ammo Hill and have own people here on the hill sitting on the edge of the cap range. On US side, they need to be a little bit more creative, I think, since it's on such a big disadvantage. On the Korean team, I hope they try to keep the game stable and not coin flip the game by driving with 20 people to Ammo Hill and have no plan on how to actually cap their flags. Because I expect Post to be experienced enough to notice situations like this and then quickly increase game tempo, where they might even take away a potential hub on Hill 1, 2, 3 before they even get the Ammo Hill cap themselves, because they know as long as the enemy cannot take these 3 flags, they are not in danger at all.
Yeah, that's so true. And I just saw the yesterday game against the GP and INFH Infinity Hope guys. Even the Infinity Hope guys pull about the 2 full squad on the Ammo Hill and Hilltop to stop their backup, but they failed to find the last guy inside the points and they just fucked up. Placing the just playing for the stop their backup is not that bad idea, but if you cannot do that properly, you're gonna get fucked on the north lane. They lose the other lane wholly, and lose the map control and the collapsed lane like in fucking 20 minutes. It's done.
So from my point of view, a lot of low to mid-tier teams struggle a lot with coming up with an conclusive game plan. Yeah, so they have some ideas that work, but they don't pull it together to play something well as a team. They would have a squad leader who thinks ammo hill rush is the way to win the game because, I don't know, it worked against other bad teams or on public or something, and then influence the team to just let him do ammo hill rush, while other people do their own thing up here, and they don't play together as one unit, knowing where the strengths and the weaknesses are on the map, and have a set up game plan where they say, okay, we might block ammo hill. What happens if it works? What happens if it doesn't work? And I think having preparation like this doesn't take that much time to just have people sit down, look on the map, come up with ideas how to play the map, what's good, what's bad for each side. Because if you need to improvise everything in game, if you don't have the experience on your side, then you will see a lot of chaos happening. Squad leaders trying to panic or not reacting at all because their lane is winning, so they don't think they're the issue on why they're losing.
Yeah, the most thing what I'm worrying about, the KSL is just new team and they just playing pubs, and mostly they just sticking inside one squad, not swap their squads or sending the reinforcement to the easier lane to the hot lane. They were not gonna do that before, so even the pub players don't like these small map like Sumari Full Throat. They don't have a much experience about this map, but the comp players, they playing really small maps really much of times. They know how to play this map. I'm actually interested about how these guys were gonna figure out these games. And it looks like they rolling the map. The game will be gonna start in 30 minutes. No, 30 seconds. What the fuck? Yeah. Were you gonna stay on the China side, the Arkantdos, or staking on the same side? I'm not sure which one will be gonna best.
I will stay on the Chinese side. I think it's easier to balance out with the players here.
Yeah.
And since you can get some information about what the Korean team is talking in command comms, you can judge on how well they're coordinated, if it sounds like they have a game plan to follow up on something, or if it's just a lot of chaos happening over there. While I'm more familiar with the Chinese side, the Chinese team in this tournament, and try to pay more attention on what they're setting up.
Yeah, it looks like the game is live. The referee just declared the game live. Now they talking about the do not press the buttons. I think they meaning about do not move your VIX at least at 1 millimeters. If they move the VIX, they're gonna get a fucking big ticket penalties. I think they just don't know about the rules and asking about it, but they actually knows it. They read the rule books. There's one of the stereotype about the Korean guys never reading the guidebooks about it and just doing it. Now the cam is all on. I'm gonna show the Korean side and switch to the Arkantdos cam to the China side. Maybe I can just add the Arkantdos cam as the sub one when they roll out the map. I'm gonna add something. I can add it. Maybe this, yeah. Okay, there will be gonna small screen showing up the right edge, and this one is the Chinese rollout. Arkantdos, we're gonna show that, and I'm gonna take the Korean side. So Korean team not using one logi, they just taking 2 logis and 2 BTRs, and yeah, they tracking 1 transport and 1 more BTR 80s.
What's interesting is that the third BTR
Yeah.
which is the BTR 80, is 3 men for
Yeah.
some reason.
형님 로지가 위치 완료.
They're already starting, and they asking about where the logi goes.
여기.
I think they
So
asking
maybe
this in
they
the
don't
chat.
have a prepared strat.
Yeah, I think they didn't do the rollout. They asking where the logi go. Is that? Oh my god.
I see that the Chinese side started late, so the strikers are late, which indicates to me they're not rushing something.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you try to let them pass.
They're talking about in the chat. Nothing special.
The Chinese backdoor squad crashed,
Oh yeah, I see under the
도로
island.
조금만 보다가 올라가게 하산.
and they are stuck now.
They calling about the BTR. We're gonna watch the roads, and if the road is clear, they're gonna go up to the mountains.
Okay.
And looks like there's nothing more special happening on the Chinese side. Even the Korean side, they arrived really well. It seems like they do not putting a probe on the north side.
주도로 보겠습니다. 주도로의 차량 소리.
As we talked about earlier,
Yeah.
we see the typical rollout. Russia hub here, US hub will be here. This is the line.
Oh,
Now they're
there's
driving
fighting.
this way.
Yeah, they killed the Logi with the strikers. And they dropped the no supplies. They don't have supplies.
조기상.
Oh.
They're
I'm a little
calling
bit
up the
confused
emergency.
about the 30 mils. Like 2 30 mils can easily just push the strikers, kill one and get out again.
Yeah,
We see them now starting to farm the infantry.
they not taking a risk. Oh, they hit a hat hits. Do they gonna push it now? They hit a hat hits, but they're not pushing it.
핵기 맞았나요? 핵기 쏜거 확인. 압축.
No more. Oh my, they're not pushing it. Even they hit a hat hit.
Post is using the strikers to just buy a little bit of space to allow their infantry
Yeah.
to play for the south hill.
Oh, I just realized
Of
they have a BTR 80 on the road, not the 230 marks. That is might be a reason they're not pushing it. They don't have 230 marks on the roads.
So the mistake is just splitting up the 30 mils.
Yeah, they just stack the 30 marks and ready to pull up those. But they didn't.
우리 컨택.
We see
Yeah.
Post squad 8
Yeah.
got
Oh,
around
yeah.
really easily. And the Korean team doesn't have a hilltop hop.
7분.
Yeah. How
I
many
think
of them?
having area control about hilltop is really important for Russia's side. Because if US is sitting inside hilltop,
Yeah.
you cannot get from your main to Papanov and
영원히
Berto
빨리
anymore.
올라가죠.
Yeah, this is true. And they're worrying about this.
이거 M2가 해 안에 죽고 있어갖고 삽질이 안 돼.
The Russian side on the hilltop, not hiding inside the buildings. He's picking outside. If the fucking post see this guy, they're gonna lose the backup guy.
보병 있음 이다이야.
Normally
The Korean team ran
Yeah.
into issues with their hub and
저희
Berto.
할게요 지금 스피드.
They
Yeah.
placed it really aggressively with having no vehicle backup and died while trying to get it up.
거의 현재 지금
I think they will get it up,
언더까지
but
보면 올랐습니다. 최대 보면
This could be quite dangerous.
But at least they saved the one lodge on the north side, so they dropped the supplies, it looks like.
So what we basically see now is a front line establishing right here. I don't think this is how Post will win the game on the weaker side here. Instead, I think them having the flanks in the south sides will be really beneficial. So in 5 to 10 minutes, if they get inside hilltop with squad 3 and squad 8 is wiping these rallies here, then the Korean team will for sure lose Verto.
Yeah.
And with how they're positioned, not having rallies behind Papanov or hub inside hilltop, they're not resilient enough in terms of map setup to deal with getting a lot of pressure on Verto.
Maybe they just lose the lane on the north side of Arkantdos, as Arkantdos said. But the BTR is looking at.
저희 교전.
Yeah, but they still don't have a set up the rallies. Well, I don't know why they are not saying the rallies.
안될 것 같아요. 격이랑.
Or maybe even the big crews can drop the rallies on the far west side, but they didn't do it either.
But for me, it just looks like a big difference in prep. So Post knew exactly how far they want to push their strikers up, had all vehicles grouped up so that they can't get pushed by 30 mil or even more. So they clearly just played for the South Veto hill, but pays off for them. The KSL squad 4 rally is really in danger now from squad 8, so I think there is really starting trouble.
Even the 130 mic on the hilltop got entered by Post. They kinda moved the car, but it seems like... Yeah, the Post have a tube. They were gonna tube the fucking BTR and gonna kill it. And squad 4 rallies burned, as Arkantdos said, and they marked the abandoned transport. They were gonna gain another 5 ticket with it. And they calling about all that guys spawning on the main. They're gonna do something.
Yeah, good preparation by Post. Like we saw, they played for the South Hill, then repped from the South, which worked since there was no hilltop control. So, at my point of view, the big issue for the Korean team was not having a hilltop front. Because right now you could just mass one hilltop again, push against squad 8, and maybe save something. But now they can't get their Verto up online. They lost all their rallies already on the map. You see here, they're all wiped. So Post clearly knew where the rally line would be from the Korean team. They now try to save Papanov, kind of, but I don't think this will last. So this looks like a real goal to me.
But if they just choose the Papanovs... Oh, they're playing a radio on outside. Look at that, they're placing a radio outside, they're gonna get murdered instantly. Why are they doing that? At least they just can go inside the container or something. They're gonna get tube instantly and this one gonna lose.
I like them bringing the 30s inside Papanov now.
Yeah, they can head glitch it.
Both are damaged, and all 3 strikers are alive, so they need to repair ASAP. With the new build-up FOB, I hope they drop a repair as fast as possible.
No, they hit a like it. But seems like they only take the tires, no damage. They're getting a tube. This is a really well good play. They're gonna try to kill the BTR, so they're forcing to move out from it.
In a couple of minutes, the command drone for Post will be up, and if they spot the hub next to Papanov, even with the radio outside, the game will be so done.
They're calling about they're gonna stay their BTR until they make a camp. They lost to another Logi, another 5 tickets. Oh my god, they didn't get the hilltop still. Monica is alive.
Did they kill the captain? Oh yeah, they killed the only guy captain. Now they're running in as well, but it looks way too late.
They just asking about the that BTR on the hilltop is the situation. They need to go help, but they calling about the squad 2 are gonna take care of it.
From my point of view, teams like KSL should invest a little bit more time into preparing for the game. I don't know if they played scrims on this map or not. But I like that they try to get into competitive, try themselves out, see what's different. Now the 30 mil dice on Hilltop to the hub kit, I think. So this looks pretty over now.
Yeah, also they lost the another BTR. So they don't have Sarimark anymore. They lost both of the Sarimarks.
So we played with the ATs from Post to immobilize the vehicles quickly, call mortars on it, get the hard kit fast enough to Hilltop. And as we see, they got Verto, they're now pushing north. The Korean team is boxed in against the map border, where they're getting farmed from the hills. They don't have vehicles, all 3 strikers roll up to Papanov, they will head glitch outside the hills.
Yeah, they lose the older BTRs now. Two strikers just push up to the Papanov as soon as they lost 2 bigs, and they wasted ATs on the west line. They just don't mark it properly.
I think what you can see quite well is that Post infantry and vehicles always play in kind of a line.
Yes.
So that the vehicles are not in that big of a danger.
잘했어요.
So I really like how they read the tempo of the map. So for example, right now they don't immediately transition into Papanov with all their forces. They're taking a more wide approach on the west side. So you see they still have some people coming from here. They have the vehicle blocking off this lane completely. And now they're going more like this, to play for the spawns who are placed behind Papanov before they try to push everyone into the cap zone.
Actually, they pull the UAV right now. They have what we're gonna mark soon. Seems like they didn't mark
The
it
mortar
yet.
already turned. It will
Yes.
적스트라이크 두 대 다 빠지는 중.
be a big farm.
하나 개피 하나.
Yeah, look at that. They post wrapping everyone near the Papanovs. They taking west side, east side, and they just pushing into the middle. And the hell we're gonna fuck really soon. And enemies start fielding their hab. KSL are gonna lose those hab and radios. Why our commander is casting Duke? Because I asked him, no one responded except Arkantdos. This is why he's casting about it. And he's an OG. Who else is gonna play older than him? Maybe he's one of the oldest players on this world.
Yeah, sadly, luckily I don't think so. I only play for, I think, 3 or 4 years now.
Really?
I started out with AK when AK got into competitive, and then worked my way up slowly and slowly.
필터가 빠지죠 이거. 굳이 먹지 말고.
They're giving up the Papanov, they calling it to give up the Papanovs and heading back to the hilltop. But Post already saw the hilltop, they're not gonna get it anyway.
이거 뒤로 다싹 빠져가지고.
Yeah, we just see the big difference in how the teams are prepared for the game, how quick they realize when something changes on the map.
파파노 줘.
And now Post is taking a hat in front of their main.
파파노 줄 거야 빼. 인원 다 빼.
They call in giving up Papanovs and remove all the infantries from there and dig down the radio. But do they able to dig down the radio with the fucking enemy troops landing there?
힐탑 한번 그거 택시하겠어.
If you look at my screen, it
Yeah.
doesn't look like it.
Yeah, all of us can watching this radio. But do they able to dig down it? Nah, this tracker fucking it. Maybe that can be an opportunity to KSL. If the tracker shoot down the radio, they just can dig down it really faster. Yeah, it's helping the KSL. If they don't tubing it. No, infantry always reach it. It's GG.
If you look at the map again, we have a hard kit here and a vehicle with 50 cal here for Post to just stop the enemy to get this way out of main, to get back into Ammo Hill or your OP Fortress. Here, we now saw the kill on the hard kit.
Yeah, they already got that. Sadly. I'm adding some graphics to Arkantdos' screen. You can see the tickets now. And I'm gonna add my game screen also. So this one will be gonna can see on the small screen.
Papanov is now getting capped by Post, but to be fair, in this game it's not about the cap zones, especially because the Korean team didn't have a good map position at all, and then lost ground so fast that capping the flags takes longer than Post needs to push up to the next flag.
Actually, Post already buffer west of the hilltop and they cannot reach it anymore. If they're going to try drive the logics out, as Arkantdos said, the Tiger will gonna kill those.
네, 그럴 거예요.
The Hatkit is west of the hilltop and they already bring his striker upside.
스펀딩 하겠습니다.
They totally do some map control and they cannot do anything. Literally
So this
anything.
is what happens
로지 다 하러 나오고.
when you play weaker teams.
Yes.
They just send people really far away, really long. Like this is way too long for a backdoor. I would just place it somewhere here. And now they're trying to pressure this hub.
Yeah, look at the kill difference.
If you
They-
lose it, if you lose this hub in this position, it's really hard because most of your infantry is so far away that you can't really get back to help. So they just pray that their defenders get it, and then you just need to get a new logi up. So Post should just drive a logi in from the south into Hilltop and place a hub there to increase game tempo.
다른 저랑 같이 메인에 갈 겁니다. 다른
Yeah, and they lost a Tiger by
오케이, 메인
Striker on the hilltop. Again.
프로를 탑.
Yeah, this one is
예, 설마 저희
just typically they just stomping the puppies.
Yes.
Post just stomping the puppies. They were gonna learn how to play the camp now. They still have to play at least 2 more rounds to get to at least the 6th.
If
킬탑에서
you look at my POV, we see that the radio will most likely not be recoverable by post. It's just a bad placement, like you can see.
Oh yeah, I can see
Their
now.
place is underground. Only one entrance. Yeah, exactly like this.
이러면 저희가
Oh yeah, they
거기까지는
just picking the stairs inside the camp.
Yeah.
I just saw their radio is blocked before. I just realized. Oh, they placed a C4 up of it.
They tried to clear it out with C4.
Yeah, but if he inside
Radio's
his
not
camp,
into bleed yet,
yeah, it's not bleeding yet.
so this is why it might work. But normally, if the radio's into bleed, like 2 C4s to clear out this whole area
저희
is way
7
too much.
다이아 15분 다이아 푸시한 거 맞죠?
Oh, they placing all C4s on the area.
무브워크에서 7 다이아로 푸시.
If KSL would just focus on taking down the
dead.
radio as fast as possible,
Yeah, he's dead. GG.
then they would have gotten it.
Let's see. I got
Especially with this guy sitting back here and
Oh,
not killing
yeah.
the CE, placing the C4s.
Oh my god, they already got a fucking 200 ticket differences. And look at the
And
kill
like,
gap.
like you can see, Papanov is getting kept. Post is already on Hilltop.
Yeah.
We are closer to Ammo Hill as well. The squad 3 squad leader and the MRAP already killed a full Vic coming out of main with enemy squad 6.
Yeah, what was it? MRAP or something? Logi? That was the Logi. They killed with the. They killed the Humvees.
로지더라.
This one is pretty grim.
페이처님
They're already getting hilltop and they pushing to the ammo hill right now. The Korean guys calling a bit. They need to go to the ammo hill, but I'm not sure they can reach it.
If this is something where they just need
킬탑이랑 같이 가요.
a little bit more of experience,
어떻게든
like we called a couple of minutes ago when they lost hilltop control, that the moment you lose hilltop control, you need to pray that you're allowed to be back on ammo hill, because as we saw with the MRAP and HUDKit or something else, it's so easy to block off the south main exit
Yeah,
and stop the reset for ammo hill.
this is pretty bad.
It's just the planning ahead, which a lot of comp teams do normally, where they know what the enemy needs to do next. Now we get another radio in the open on north side from the Korean team.
They already got the fuck in this one. They're gonna find as soon as they post find this, they're gonna tube again. It seems like they get the radio or they dig down by themselves. No, they dig down by themselves. Korean guy is too
It's a
late.
good call. They already have a hub on hilltop. The commander
Yeah.
is there. The mortar player will spawn in as well. So there's no need to have the fog this far back. You see now, south of hilltop, Post is already sending out people to look. So hopefully they will catch enemy squad 2 when they try to run up to hilltop.
The only way to Korean team to make a figure out just flank far west edge of the map. But that way, this
해줘야 돼요. 어떤
this
걸 해줘야
single
돼요.
Humvee will gonna kill those on the west line.
페이처님 커버해줘야 돼요.
Maybe able to
Yeah,
see.
if you look at the map in general, it's basically just like this.
아금님이랑
So
양님이랑
the Korean team has no way of exiting the flags anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Post is sitting on the hills. There's a lot of open ground in front of him where the enemy is forced to cross, and it will be a massive slaughter.
아머힐.
Like this big spawn on the hub, I don't think
겹쳐가지고 확인했어.
more than 2 or 3 people will even get close to Hilltop or Ammo Hill.
This is so bad. They're just visualing. Really, they're just visualing everything.
SED가 북쪽에서 치고
Are you with the 2 strikers watching the open ground?
가 전방 맞고
Yeah. Oh,
에이전트
and they had the BTR. One of the BTR were gonna die now. And they rolling 2 BTR with the Logio and the rest of the map.
현재 헬타부 들어오고 M 때문에 헬타부 들어오고
But they still failed to bring a Logi out safely. And the Logi got had it.
아 근데 저 이미 터져버렸어요.
Yeah, they lost a Logi. Again.
They also lost the 30 mil next to Hilltop, next
Yeah.
to on top.
It may be
So
80.
tickets are dropping left and right.
Yes. They're losing so much ticket right now. Oh no. Yeah, it's so bad. Actually, the post that Homie Gunner did really well. Ignored everything and found the Logi and killed the Logi only. And they failed to rush out again.
일타르바 이동.
They can just sack the main again and do something, but they can't do anymore.
Yeah, like I said, with the spawn here on the open ground, they didn't even cross at all.
Yeah,
They're
this
just
is...
getting pushed and farmed. And now we post died 35 times,
Mhm.
so it's already 3 times the KD, basically.
Yeah, I think the KD will gonna be similar, but as soon as they got fishbowl, there's no more KD meaningful. It seems like they don't know about the enemies on their behind. KSL team don't realize the enemy had kid on their behind. And even the enemy SL trying to flank and kill the rally. Now the squad through are gonna spot the KSL's mortars. KSL lose the rally.
스트라이커 스트라이커.
It seems like the command is running the mortars.
And that's the best choice, I think. And now they're getting counter-mortared.
Yeah, they spotted.
몰라요 지금.
스트라이커 북동쪽. 힐탑 북쪽.
And the moment a radio is marked in the open, the post guys should get on it and just tube it.
Yeah, they marked the radio right now.
이거 일단 암호일 뚫어야 될 것 같은데.
And the Korean team, Armor's calling about, they have no idea where the enemy striker is.
이거 이쪽도 밀리겠다.
And this striker just sitting on here and double stack it. Maybe this two striker can kill the BTR in a really short time. They just need to shoot down like the 250 kill. It's really easy to kill.
I hope the current team doesn't get discouraged by a game like this and is more looking at why is something going wrong and how we can do it better, because games like this are the best learning experience a team can get, because they actually get to feel how it's to play out your own game idea and then be able to see the result afterwards.
Yeah,
The worst thing you can say after a game like this is looking at the KD difference and say, oh, we just need to get better at shooting and we'll be fine, because this might be the smallest issue we saw right now.
Yeah, they just playing like a hobby strat. That's why they losing it probably. They don't know. They are not considering about their infantry and armor will gonna coordinate really well, and they gonna move for the next cap always. Ensuring to map control, not placing a hab on radio outside because they can be tubed. They just don't know it because they don't play it yet. They're gonna figure it out soon.
북쪽에서 지금 우리가 죽고 있어서.
이렇게 떨어져요.
I'm just hoping they
Yeah,
don't
the
give me up
group
to play
states-
this.
It's just waiting. We see posters on ammo hill, they're capping. Caps
Yeah.
take a long time nowadays.
여기 내리고.
I don't think OP Fortress will be kept in this game because there are so many tickets still to lose. You see that the Korean team marked their radio as being gone or not spawnable or something with the red
Yeah,
arrows, which
yes.
indicates to me they don't use something like a Discord or way of communicating with the whole team at once to tell them not to spawn there. So maybe they need to work a little bit more on team cohesion as well.
seems like
What-
yeah, they
what
didn't got
is-
the radio.
What's a little bit confusing to me is Post not getting up new mortars again.
Yes.
Otherwise, the game would be over already.
얘네 우리 보고 나온다.
Yeah, they just set up the mortars and farming those hills.
우리 보고 나온다.
They just shoot few rounds to kill all of them because they just sticking it together, not spreading out. Now the striker is pushing towards the radio. Seems like.
셀거 왔어요.
암호일 쪽에
이거 파리 못 오나?
파리 가요.
파리 2대 북쪽에. 북쪽에. 아니 암호일 말고 그린님.
They're asking me about pulling two BTRs to take down those strikers.
할아갈 수 있어요. 할아갈 수 있어.
Yeah, way too late. And if you would look on the map, there's so many post AT players around it.
스트라이커가
Yeah.
If you
중요하지만
try to engage the strikers with the 30, you will get hit by hard and blood shots.
스트라이커가 중요하니까.
Yeah, they're
have
gonna
no
big
chance.
loss.
일단 감.
네.
With
They
the
just-
radio going down, it's minus 20 tickets. With all these give up being around, there will be below 20 tickets in less than 2 minutes. And then
정확히 모르겠어요. 스트라이커.
They're calling about there's two strikers. They know they have two strikers, but I'm not sure they know they have a hack that I like it.
알거든요.
They're killing one striker all the time. They're hitting the turrets only. They hit the lap. One striker dead. How about the other strikers? Nah, they're gonna lose both of it, looks like. Yeah, one of the BTR on fire. The repair guy is dead. Oh no, this is bad. Really, really bad. Even their armor squad is not enough. They're good.
네. 밖에 떨어져.
Yeah,
yes,
the
I'm pretty sure both 30s will die here. This
Yeah.
will be game over.
아래.
one Sotimag will be dead, and the other Sotimag will be gonna die with the AT.
BTR 다 터질 것 같아 여기서.
아이고.
It lost wheels, engine is damaged, I think. There's no way it gets back to main.
Yeah, I think even that striker just need to kill this guy.
일단
하나는 잡았어.
This one is so bad. I think
아 오케이.
this BTR cannot kill the striker either. How are they fighting on the ammo hills? They place a radio.
아이고 우리도 감. 핵팀 맞음.
Yeah, they did, Alien. And Post find the radio again
라디오
on the
나라.
ammo hill.
날라가면은
Seems like no more survives on here.
죽은 것 같습니다.
All dead. Sadly.
오케이. 까비 까비.
Raiders on bleed out north of Hilltop, so
Yeah, then minus 20 and 2 more keep-ups. Game will end.
가시죠.
가져가요.
네. 위에 거 라디오까지 끝날 거야. 이거 최대한 빨리 그냥 그거 하고.
Yeah, they're calling Mets to give up.
아닌가?
They're calling Mets to give up. Gamies, and let's see the scoreboards. They're calling it the command chat. They are fucked. Actually, they are. They are fucked. Hardly.
if you look at the timeline
Mhm.
of this round, you will notice that Post didn't really lose tickets at all. They kept flags and flags and flags,
Yeah.
didn't lose vehicles, while the Korean team got themselves in a position where not even 15 minutes into the game, what is it here? 10 minutes into the game, they lost Verto, the hub,
Mhm.
all BTRs and the Logi
Yes.
in less than 3 minutes, which just shows that the initial setup was the big issue here. And then they got no chance of getting back into the game at all, so they keep dying and dying and dying infantry-wise. The Logis were getting killed, which were driving out of main or left behind. The next radio was placed in the open behind Papanov, got killed as well. So it was basically just a snowball from the beginning.
Yes, the game is fucked. And how was the ticket? I don't remember the tickets. I didn't take a screenshot. Shit. Do you remember how the ticket difference was?
No, in games like this, I don't think ticket difference
Yeah, maybe.
matters a lot because it was
300
such a clear
something.
mismatch in terms of forces. It's above 280, I think. So
Yeah, and let's go with the tickets. I'm asking about how's the ticket differences to the referees. I need to make a graphics. And this game was just stomping. Really stomping.
for some reason, they are slowing them the server right now. So we expect a lot of crashes or mismatched spawns or something.
Yeah, they just need to. The rule says they have a 5-minute break before the game starts.
Yes. By the looks of it, they use slow-mo 0 or something.
Oh, that's bad. That's causing a really, really hard bugs. Really shit up tons of bugs happening when you do that. Oh my god, I can't find how is the ticket difference as well as I didn't take any screenshots. Shit. I just tried with about 300. I don't remember well. So you grab some waters and take some breaks, and we're gonna come back in 3 to 5 minutes. now we're back. This game will be gonna start again, and Arkantdos will gonna explain how last game was going. Let's gonna see again.
Like we saw last round, Post is basically what we expected them to do, placing the standard hub here, using their vehicles to buffer on this crossroad to allow the infantry to push for this hill, while slow contesting up here. Pretty expected standard play for the US side. They don't have that much choice on what to do. We're sending out flanks like this and like this, which didn't get stopped. So they had people pouring into Hilltop quite early into the game. This squad here went like this, burned rallies behind Hilltop, behind Verto, and what we noticed is that the Korean team lost all of this 10 minutes into the game. They struggled to keep the hub up. One big issue we saw is that the strikers could play quite aggressive down here. Reason being is they had 130 down here, the other 30 trying to go up here. Took them quite a long time, and even then they got a few kills here and here, but they just didn't stop the Verto push completely. So a little bit of mismatch. Then they just got out-tempoed, placed bad hubs in the open here, which got farmed. So let's see what they try on US side. But I think we already know who will be the winner of this game.
Yeah, unless the KSL guys just stick up a 36 foot on the ammo hill and then fuck around, they might gonna lose the game again. Even they ain't doing that. They just outfragged. I don't know if the KSL bring a proper strat for the Russian side, maybe they can contest it at least about 100 ticket differences. But they collapsed at the start. That was too bad. And I think. Do you think they do the timings?
Not really.
Yeah, they drive logic
just
too far.
Just rough timings out of experience.
Yeah.
Like the Verto thing is normal that Russia gets into here.
Yeah.
I think they didn't realize how quick US side can be in this place here. And when the strikers appear, even the strikers from Post drove late on rollout. They could be there a few minutes earlier. So I hope they just take it as a learning lesson. Try to prepare better next time. Be more cohesive. Like stuff like placing stuff in rollout out of panic is something you can avoid in a tournament game easily. And also having a decent setup to not lose Verto in the first 10 minutes should be doable, even for teams like this.
Now let's see the rollout again. The game is start now. Let's turn back to our main jobs. Casting the in-game. Now as same as last round, I'm gonna check stay on the Korean side, and the Chinese team will be gonna cast it by Arkantdos side.
한 50차까지 줄여봅시다.
좀 찍어줘요. Okay.
I hope Post continues to play standard. Some teams, if they win one round this heavy, they will just ego on the enemy by saying, just fuck our strat, drive in, just kill them. They're not a real opponent. But I hope they just play it standard, take the map again. I think they will get Verto on rollout. They have a setup on how to cap Papanov. They will have a defense against an ammo hill rush, and then, like last game, wrap on the south side while they're also winning the push on the north side. And this should be a little bit quicker since it's less area for them to cross until the enemy needs to stay in main base.
Yeah. Yeah, like I'm just imagining about the old PM, the Red Brigade beat almost the PM of the first round, and the PM fucked up the Red Brigade after 2 rounds. Seems like oh my god, this server have a big issues. Oh yeah, they didn't prepare the rollout. This KSL team, yeah, they didn't prep the rollout. They don't know how the vehicle getting out from the main with orders. You're just crushing it everywhere.
Maybe they didn't even practice the rollout before. Like what other teams do is they meet up 1 hour early, talk everything through the strat again. The squad leaders are fixing a few last things. then
생기셨을 거예요.
you go on the server, you drive the rollout so that you don't make a
Yeah,
mistake in game is one of the easiest stuff you can do.
그리고
Then you try to place your hubs so that they are spawnable, that you can get out of the exit, so that everyone knows what needs to happen the moment you connect to the match server.
저희
Biggest issues, the Korean team striker got disconnected. They cannot drive out.
아니 왼쪽
One of the strikers sticking the main now. And they need to slow down it if they play normally as they started, they're gonna fuck.
So we see the big difference now with using the 30s.
Yes.
Post is stacking the 30 mils on the intersection. If the strikers show themselves, they will just die. They use the BTR 82
Yeah.
a little bit more aggressive in front, maybe as a bait or something. It should not be really visible.
No.
Just look at it.
Oh, they calling out
Only
the
if you
strikers.
cross
Do not push it. Fall back. Do not push it.
돌아.
Come back. They calling it come back.
어쩔 수 없는 것 같은데.
Do not push with the strikers. They know they were gonna lose a striker. They doing a fast tubes? Yeah.
교자.
Posting a fast tubes. They stomping the cap. But no one inside the cap. Anyway, no one inside the cap. They placing a radio exactly same pose with the post before.
네못 싸워 지금.
Now the post fix rotate away. They're sure the strikers are playing passive, which
Yeah.
is shot on your side. I'm a little bit confused as well. We see the early tubes. They're
Yeah.
not going for hilltop fob, which I can understand. If you won the first round this hard, you see how much tempo squad 10 is already doing. Squad 9 and squad 4 are already fighting on the hill. The moment they will figure out the enemy is just in this small area of the map, I think it will be a quick one as well.
Man, this is not that great right now.
I personally don't like the Papanov hub that much because then you have issues supporting Verto,
Yeah.
but I don't think it will make a difference.
나 이거 찍었어요.
Because normally the most of the team putting the enemy friendly forces east side of the power panel, north side of the kill 1 to 3. But looks like KSL didn't rush it and they're gonna lose the ground. And the post will be gonna reach north side of the hub hill and they just gonna farm the hub again. The hell are we gonna get fucking fishbolt again? They're gonna lose it. This one is really bad. And it seems like Striker shooting something? Yeah, Striker shooting enemy.
Figured out the back door.
Yeah, they're killing the back doors. Well, one is dying. They're running for the mortars, but the mortar marks are bad. The mark is shitty inaccurate.
산?
They're off by 200 meters or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, it's almost like 300 meters.
저쪽 라인 밀림.
This is so bad.
호텔팔이 하나.
SD 라인 밀림.
I think they want to try something same as they posted to them, but it failed.
호텔팔이 하나 저거
Their only hub is now getting blocked.
Yeah, they already got a fishbowl
Their
and
entrance is
surrounded.
camped.
Yeah,
It's already over.
they really need to dig down that far really fast and go far back. Or they will get like farm
I
it
don't think you
again.
can anymore. You can place the fob at Dylan right now. With the logi from main base. They have 2 logis in main base again.
Yeah.
Because
Striker got
Squad
had
9 is not fast enough to stop something at Dylan.
I'm always blaming the armor players who's smoking right after they got hit AP. I don't know why they smoking, even they not lost any fucking turrets.
봤어요.
엔진 났으면 그냥 바로
They lose the engine,
내가 비주얼인데.
but I don't know, I'm not prepared that. And their hab is overrun.
내려와.
FCZ is over, but they are gonna lose the players on our side. Head got overrun again. Hab is seized. Now it's unseized again. But they're gonna seize this hab again with the fucking forces on the south. They already have 5 guys stacking behind.
Did they talk about something different in command chat? Because now they're sending the next logi to the hub, which is already blocked, instead of going from main, play something at Dylan.
The bad news is they're not talking about it.
바크 다운.
Now the Logi driver stops and goes out,
Yeah, what?
leaves the Logi behind.
Yeah, what?
Why?
What is he doing that? Actually, what happened on it? They lost wheels now? What?
I think he's waiting for squad lead 8 to run south and place a radio with him in the open.
Yeah, the squad 8 move marks exist on F3. Between the F3 and the 4. I think they're trying to go back there, but this guy going north side anyway.
11번 남았고 조금 보병 많이 넘어오죠.
They're gonna lose the hill 1 to 3 anyway. They just need to build a Heaven Dylan and make a map control on the south side at least. They just spread south, not north side anymore. They lost this hill
1단계
anyway.
힐 80%.
저희 님들 해볼을 좀 보셨대요.
잠깐만 얼마 된다고요?
I think we can see right now why it's the weaker side. Like last game, it took a little bit longer to lose your second cap.
Mhm.
And if you see how the squad 9 from post is already positioned,
Yeah.
I don't think there's a chance
그 BTR.
for the Korean team to cap hill 1 to 3. They will just get slaughtered at the hub right now. It will take another 2 or 3 minutes until hill 1 to 3 is getting neutralized slowly by post. And everyone else needs to spawn in. There's no other spawn on the map.
그런 것 같아요.
BTR
Post is already sending squad 2 into the backline again with the combat engineer towards Dylan. If they can reach Dylan and stop the first reset out of main, then this buys them enough time to maybe even cap Dylan this round.
피 지금
BTR 80 was fighting with the 2 strikers, but seems like nothing happened and striker falling back. And BTR 80 hits some rounds and proper smoke and running away. And Post still using mortars really well to take down their tickets with the abandoned truck or something.
1, 3, 그 인근 부동 다수.
And this tube guy got shot up.
그거 라디오 내려가 줍시다.
Look at that.
지금 그 안에 계신 분들 라디오 내리시고.
Yeah, they finally calling this on the radio.
Post backdoor now runs to Dylan. There's a combat engineer placing mines on the road.
네,
Oh
메인
my
로드
god, that is bad.
인플레이스먼트로 들어갑시다 우리가. 이거
I think this will be
이쪽에
tricky.
4번 저거 타고.
Yeah, Korean
Build
guys
up this camp now.
해서 다 들어갑시다.
all dig down the radio, but it's too late. Post sticking 5 guys in it. Yeah, they shouldn't need to do that much earlier. This was too late.
Combat engineer from post will get spotted by strikers getting back to main base.
Now KSL lost the radio. Let's go for the Arkantdos screen. Did they gonna hit the mine? Oh, they called the mine. They called the mine. They know it. They called the mine really well. Okay. Their driver is watching that really well. Yeah, he realized they have an engineer, is it? They know they killed the engineer. But is that good choice? They standing still on here? They might gonna headshot it.
별 따라서 7분대
They need to be aware that
That's not
the
too
enemy
close.
head can near it.
지뢰 위치만 찍고 와요. 우리 박격하면 돼.
I
야.
think the post player from the hill can just kill this guy here.
Yeah, squad 2 place a rally.
우리 맨 앞에 한 명이
Why they didn't? They just avoid it. This is too risky.
이거 그러면서 북쪽으로 갑시다. 메인에서 북쪽으로 올라가지 말고
아예 그건 아니야.
서쪽도로. 어라더니
Now AT aiming the striker.
스포트 있으니까
저희 먼저 출발해요?
네. 별 따라가세요.
아래로 다시 돌아와서 서쪽으로 가세요.
They didn't spot the third mine here.
Yeah, it looks like.
참고로
But I
쟤네
don't think
다리에다가
they will
박격
hit
쏘고
it.
있어요.
Oh, striker's moving, but they can get an engine. Nah, post is too slow now. Just waving off.
So I would not even try. I would just focus on killing whatever is coming out of main base.
저 9분대
Post is monitoring the road out of main base. Killed whatever might drive there.
Now they fucking shooting mortars on the bridges. They cannot exit now.
스트라이커 퍼스트.
7분대 쪽으로
To be
갈게요.
fair, what else should we do? Like, game is so over.
Yeah, they lose everything. Actually, there's no players on the map on the KSL side. Only 4 guys from
Yeah,
the
they're
squad
all
1
spawning in
place
main
rally.
base.
Yeah.
They're loading up the vehicles, driving out, but as you see, Dylan is already
질문대 스트라이커
occupied
바로
by the
출발하면
backdoor
되는
squad. If they would drive there with the Logi,
7분대
big issues. I don't know why they're choosing the other exit out of main now. I know it's hard to drive into Dylan, but not to drive there is also not an option.
Yeah, they just need to drive to the.
미안한데 7분대 어디로 가라고 다시 한번 브리핑해줘. 그냥 똑같이 가면 돼?
이거
Yes.
우리 가는 거에
Not into Dylan itself, just try to cross the bridge or even avoid it, drive through the river, and try to clear it out with infantry first.
No idea what they're gonna try to do. They stack everyone on South FX. Oh my god, their logic falling down! They logic flipped! No, it's not. Okay, they got saved. Their logic got delayed. And 3 strikers rolling out. What they gonna try to do? Where they're gonna drop it?
백캡 한 번도 잡았나요? 상대방 백캡?
Actually, do they post making a cap on the Berto? That looks like. They're not capping Berto anyway. Even Papa knows they're not capping it? What's happening?
Papadov is getting kept.
Oh.
But as we said last round as well,
다리
in
클리어입니다.
these
지뢰 없어요.
games it's not about capping flags.
2
Like, as
strikers
you
were gonna
see-
make the 1 BTR 80. Let's see how it goes.
파프로 먹었네.
They heard the sounds. Now fighting?
지금 딱 가면 되겠다.
Striker didn't realize it yet. They fighting now?
Yeah, they will not survive. I don't know why they're taking this route with the strikers.
Yeah. What are they doing it?
They're full of infantry, they try to make something happen, but where do they want to drive? Like
Yeah.
up to the north, the moment they reach Vertu from behind,
80 컷, 80 컷.
then it's already lost.
굿.
Dylan is complete overrun by post players now. They're positioning on the hill with Lutkits, Combat
네, 다이아
Engineer,
마크로 이동할게요.
a Hutkit also joining on Dylan. So no way you get back into Dylan right now.
Oh no. Yeah, they take every control of north side of the Lemada. They spread it really well to stop everyone near it. What are they tubing? Why they mark a hab on there? Is that the rally? Now they tubing the tiger with the rally points.
Yeah, I think they assume it's a hub because it was 9 people running from there.
Yeah.
No one else was on the map.
야구님 그쪽에
So I can get why
고용만
they're a little bit
야구님
confused.
그쪽 고용만 내리고 네.
Now we see one striker rolling up in the hills, dropping south of Hilltop. They're driving a Logi with a hub inside Hilltop. Another Logi with a striker driving more north.
파리.
Yeah, even the North Striker have a full of inventory inside. This one seems like a pretty damage. If they get a headshot, they'll be not dead. And they pull up from too far away. They need to buffer about 600 meters to reach the cap. Until they reach it, they wanna keep the hill and Berto, everything. Maybe they just hot drop on the Papa Nobs and Berto. They should be fine, but
No, they don't hot drop. I don't think they hot drop. They prefer to walk 500 meters to the cap.
yeah, they're gonna make a cap then. It's too slow. This one is too slow.
갑자기 서버 상태가.
And even if they're starting to winning on the hill, like the big center hill, you see that Post already put a lot of helmet markers down there. You have a lot of people watching from different positions on the hills. You have the 30s who can support. And if the big blob of enemies who are now trying to approach Verto from the west is getting spotted, I think they will just rotate the 30 and will farm. Putting a hub up there might work in pubs. I think Post will figure out really quickly what's going on there and counter it.
Yeah, they buffer the west and putting a hab on the west too, and heading east side from the west. I don't know what they want to do. I just don't understand what they're intending. It seems like server have a fucking issues. I'm teleporting.
Yes.
Really bad.
My cam is teleporting like crazy.
Yeah, TPS is
Maybe
34.
it's the DDoS you need to attack or something.
정보 이상하다.
Like, not making accusations here, but
Yeah, they calling
be
about
a
they
bit
cannot use the comms in game. They can't use the comm and they cannot hear it. Yeah, server sick seems like. Now KSL are trying to get in the Verto, but they even not get the cap on the hill 1 to 3.
Like we see Verto's capped before they even reach the cap zone. Or their hub is online.
It was
It's just
too
way too
late.
slow.
Yeah, it was too late. They just hit the hot drop it instead of it. But this was so bad anyway.
Even with the server issues right now, I don't think it has an impact on the result of the game.
Yes. I just can't cast it. My cam just moving and everywhere.
돌아왔나요? 돌아온 것 같은데. 진짜 잘 돼.
Servers came
Oh,
back.
it's a bit
Yeah,
bad.
돌아왔어.
servers came back now.
아우 진짜.
EMP 한 번 맞은 걸로 치자.
Yeah, Post is sitting on all the flags. They will just cap.
Yeah. They are control everywhere. And airstrike coming down to the striker. Striker is moving.
이거 바뀌어서 노력 좀 해주세요.
아.
이거 8군데 이거 위에 자원 넣어줘야 돼. 건설 자원.
그랜디 잠깐만 왜
They lost the hill on the squad 10 at 8.
그거
When they
맞아?
have the drone up there, I
Yeah.
think they should see.
쏘리 BTR 있네.
아니야 우리는
예.
피팅하면 안돼 지금 뒤져 그냥
Yes.
PT한테
I think you can see it from the windows.
이렇게 천천히. 밀어봐.
Now BTR is looking striker. Striker is fighting with the BTR on the far range. What's happening on the side?
괜찮은 것 같아요.
Oh, they fighting with the really small picking drones. This one is cheeky. Oh my god, this one's really cheeky. BTR is trying to hit the striker's head, but you know, striker's turret is not damaging the hull.
BTR 소리 나가 파리.
Oh, the BTR gonna get dead?
빨리 와줘.
Maybe. If they push it, they can kill it. BTR lose the turrets.
쟤네 빠지면 연막 피고.
If they push it, they are able to kill it. And the other BTR rolling it? No, it's Logi. Logi will be gonna dead. Logi on fire.
They
네,
get.
리페어 좀
They can
갈게요.
repair it, I
야구님.
think.
No, they're running
Oh,
away.
he's not switching.
뉴트님 왜 이거 자원 안
Why is he not
쓰니?
switching to
8군데.
repair?
No, I don't know. Maybe they scared about it? And their BTR is really low now, about 30% or like that.
괜찮네 이거 자원 빨리 넣으라 그래. 자원 건설 자원.
But they have repair inside, so
Yeah.
they'll just repair and do the same thing over and over again.
나이스
If they place the airstrike on it, they'll be lovely, but they're not doing it. Sad. That one was close because the
예비 컷당.
Korean team striker was doing the what I'm calling about the hold down really well. Not losing any hull damage, only take turrets, and fuck the 2 BTRs go back to the repair station. That was a good job.
세 명이서 하긴.
Nothing special happening now. Just post clearing every hills on the summit. Oh no.
I think Post just know what's up. They just need to wait until the flags are capped and that's it.
Yeah, they don't need to fight anyway. They just need to place every single inventories.
Kill difference similar compared to last game.
Yeah.
Yes, KSL got 5 or 6 more kills right now compared to this state of last game, but
Were they gonna try to stack the BTR and doing something again?
I like the discipline of some of the post squads. You see that some of them are just still on Dylan, holding.
Oh wait,
They
they're
know
pulling
what
the BTR
USP.
inside the hot zone. They're doing something now. One of the KSL rallies down. One of the BTR was a 26 line. Where's the 8A? It's a KSL on the ground. They don't have 8A? They lost most of it. They have 3 striker, but they're gonna lose all of it.
Bad target focus.
Yeah.
You see that they both vehicles to half health instead
This
of
is
killing
bad.
one.
This is really bad. Even this KSL's ground, they just need to change the kit to the ATs and fire into it. Maybe they can save all of the strikers then, but their react is too slow. One of the BT will be gonna dead? No,
No, I don't think so.
it was too close, man.
이거 그레네리 거
This was bad.
하고 걷다가
Oh, well, the BTR is dead.
BTR 하나 잡아.
Yeah, the other BTR will just drive back and kill them.
Yeah.
There's no chance for the remaining striker.
And server's
And as
dying
we
again.
predicted, they're not even in Verto yet, with a big push and the hub from behind.
Server's bad again, and they are not getting kill 1, 2, 3.
I don't get why they're not stacking here 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. The both team are not fighting for the mid caps anyway. Oh, yeah, one of the transport ran over the mine on the bridge. They're May camping. They're currently crying about they don't have AP rounds instead of the stupid vertical. Yeah, maybe if the map layer designed with the Marines, they will gonna receive the LAV, but whatever. I can see tons of KSL bodies on here. They lost the grounds, and POST의 will gonna take over the Hava again.
Yeah, they're also camping here 1, 2, 3 now. It's just a matter of time until the game ends. KSL
Yeah.
Squad 1 is trying to get back into Dillem, and you can see how it works slowly and slowly. Yeah. But this should be done 10 minutes ago.
또 갔어. 또.
아 다시 돌아. 아 이거야.
BTR 2대 잡은 거죠?
예.
우리 쪽에서 한 대 잡았고 나머지 한 대 또 AT가.
BTR은 올다운이긴 해. BTR 올다운이라서 이거
우리도
탭에
한
스폰
대는
시켜서 예 그레네님 다 타워스 태워.
I have no idea why the KSL calling about they killed all the
이거 BTR
BTRs.
하나 남은 거 아니야? 팔이?
아, 2대 파괴.
아니 80 다 82대 80 아까
Also,
터졌고.
to summarize,
다 터졌어.
they don't seem to do
기가면 다 터졌는데.
decent prep, which looked like a
그러니까
big
이거
issue.
태우고
Comms are way off, not helpful at all. We see
태워서
things
힐 1, 2, 3을 갖다 봅시다.
which indicate to us that they don't really talk to each other in game. And if they mark something on the map, the markers are so wrong that
Yeah,
it's hard for the others
They
to work
even
with.
don't know the post have 2 BTRs right now. They telling about they kill 3 BTRs and they don't have BTR, but they rolling 2 BTR inside the hub. They have no idea what they're doing.
BTR 온다. BTR.
Yeah, this will be brutal. The 30 minute just shelling these buildings.
Yeah.
야, 같이 싸우면
Where is the AT?
나도 사운드가 나서 물어본 거야.
Where is the AT? Was Striker killing the BTR seems like? Oh, that looks good. No, that was failed now. What? BTR 30 will be gonna dead. Yeah. And BTR 80 need to reload their fucking things. Yeah, they don't have a mag. BTR 80 don't have a mag.
80까지 마무리.
Oh, bye Striker, you're dead.
아이고 가비.
아, 까비 까비 까비.
The amazing thing what I'm looking at is no one changing the ATs and no one shooting ATs. They shoot one AT but got this fucking arming distance. No, this is bad.
메인에서 이제 죽으신 분회장분들만 메인에서 저거 나와서 이쪽에 랠리.
Since it's KSL's first tournament, I think the takeaway from this game should be to do better prep or try to
Yes.
watch better teams play to get an idea why something happens, and then just focus on keeping the game stable. Yeah, like find a decent rollout so that you have a chance to play and do something. Both rounds, what we spotted right now is that the rollout looked so wonky.
Yeah.
The team could just run at them and win.
They just lost their goals. They don't know what they need to do and what they need to do and how they need to do something. Even
But this,
they.
from my point of view, is what makes squad competitive great. I like the game being pushed to the limits in terms of communication and
Yes.
teamwork, because this is what comp is mostly about. If you look at the hard kit players, for example, they have a really unique skill set, which cannot carry the whole team alone, but they can provide an important part, help out the Vics, help out the infantry, help out the mortars by stopping the enemy mortars or killing the enemy lodges.
2단계로 먹히는 중.
Similar to mortar players like you, Alarist, like you,
고생하셨습니다. 고생하셨습니다.
provide a lot of things to the team, but you cannot win it alone. So this is why I like the 36 format and larger, because you have so many different unique skill sets which need to be integrated into a team environment and then pushed to limits in terms of communication and responsiveness on the map. And like we saw today, even if there might be shooter difference between both teams, we see that Post has a game plan, they have a preparation, they show up, they know where to drive, they're not planning stuff around and roll out.
하나 차이라기보다.
When something happens on the map, they know how to respond. They dig down fobs if they're not needed anymore. They place new fobs when they get the ground. So quite decent on the basics.
Yeah. They need to learn about it.
3단계.
This is so bad anyway.
Willem is going neutral now. We had 14 tickets. So.
죽은 것 같은데.
Yeah, they giving up.
그 EMP.
Yeah, they lost 2 tickets per minute.
안 된다.
They're calling about they have at least 2 shabs in the cap. They might be have 3 shabs now. They're sticking more than before. They kept going really fast anyway. Now they're sending.
I hope some of the Korean
Oh,
viewers
yeah.
watching this take this as an opportunity to see that there's so much more room for improvement. I like if smaller communities like the Korean ones has representatives and they don't just join other Asian or international teams and don't try to develop their own people. And especially after looking at something like this, I hope their own pride is a little bit damaged and they are motivated to work their way back. Because there's so much room for improvement already, and a lot of the fixes are quite easy if you start to get the grip slowly on what comp is basically about. It's not about shooting, it's not about who makes 30 kills on his own, it's all about what can your team pull off. Do you have the preparation right? Is everyone working together? Can you work with the info you get?
Oh wow!
We need to do better next time.
Biggest
Looks like the
lose.
setup track.
Nah, the game is end.
GC.
For me, the server crashed, but
Oh.
it's 250 tickets to 2 tickets. So
Oh really? The game ends with 311 tickets anyway. Maybe your server got found. Server is really bad today anyway. And the casting is done. Really done. Now I'm gonna
it means they
upload.
got the cap, I think. Oh,
Which one?
like look at the timeline. Yes, they got the cap in the end.
Maybe no. They just killed with the BTR 80 to BTR killed the last transport, and the game is end. They didn't make a cap.
Yeah, but they also capped the last cap. If you look at it,
Oh, really?
plus 60.
Oh yeah, I saw it. I just don't remember it. Crazy. I'm too old to remember that shit. The total is 625 tickets cap. This is the biggest lose I ever seen. Really, biggest lose ever seen.
I think the biggest loss I ever saw was a match AK against some Spanish Milsimmers. And the Spanish Milsimmers didn't manage to get a single kill and take a single ticket off AK both rounds.
Yeah, maybe they just need to wait until all the other camp team retire and being first now. Yeah, the PM used the same strat and they being a world class B last year about before the ENI comes up. Just wait until all teams forfeit and retiring with a UE5. And Korean guys normally have a good PC, so they can handle the UE5 squad, so you guys can beat everyone then. Wait until every players retire.
Yes, or just get better on your own. I like if they would get decent at the basics and then try to develop their own style of play or figure out what they want to focus on in the game, where their strengths are, where their weaknesses are. Right now, this looked like the really rough beating, but I think, especially if you're new at the comp scene, this is sometimes needed to realize how long the way is for you to not lose this hard. I think if today the Korean team would lose with 100 tickets every round, we both would call it a win for a new team like this, going up against a team like Post, only losing by 80, 90 tickets each round, because then it would look like the game is more stable. It takes 30 to 40 minutes. Post still getting ground slowly, doing things well, but not running over the team, looking like they have no opposition.
Yeah, I hope they win the next game. They might be fight with the INFH, probably, to the next round. And as I know, they beat the INFH actually they need to fight the THSF. Okay, then it might be gonna be hard again, because the first game was ULD versus Thailand Spirit Forces, and Thailand Spirit Forces lose the round about the 80 tickets each, and think about the ULD is pretty experienced team. The Thailand team did pretty well against ULD. Then KSL need to prep really hard and think about why they lose today, and how they can improve their games and prep their games, and they might be gonna contest with them. I don't think they will gonna win the tournaments in the first tournaments they attend. They just need to learn it and keep improving. As Arkantdos said, don't give up and just keep your team make better, and that should be gonna fine.
Yes, especially since every team which got good, or every player who got good, started somewhere. Yeah, it's all about the mindset you have, because in a game like this, as long as you're constantly improving as a team, you can get somewhere. If you play the same the next tournament, like you played before, then how do you expect to get better results out of it? I know it's all about fun, but I think losing with 300 tickets every round is not fun for everyone involved.
Yeah.
Especially when you're used to be more respected in terms of wearing your clan tag, representing yourself. So I just hope they take it as an opportunity to improve.
Yeah, and the cast will be gonna end now, and I'm gonna keep up this stream, because when I shut down this stream, my stream will be gonna shut up instantly, and you're gonna lose about 10 minutes before the game lose. Yeah, we're gonna stop the cast here, and this cast will be gonna maintain, but no one will be gonna talk anything anyway. So GG for the KSL and Post, and thank you for the Arkantdos attending here. Yeah, actually he described everything about it instead of me, and he watching the game really well. This one was actually Arkantdos stream. I was the co-casting, looks like. Thank you for the Arkantdos again.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Sorry when I talked a little bit too much, but this is what I enjoy about the game, like the strategic look at it, to see how something works together. And I think this was also why we ended up in the same team, enjoying trying to push the limits on the game and figure out what can be done.
Yeah, thanks for watching the stream. Bye guys.